When I think about the school that my children are currently attending, I feel so happy and content that they're there.
The school today it's an interesting story because it's a lot different than what it was, I guess, when we first moved in. I remember it was probably 2.5 years ago, Eric Pines called me up. I actually sent an email to a few people and he said, let's have a concerned parent meeting. And little did I know that eventually that small group would end up forming a committee that, helped transition the school from where it was to where it is today. And there was a lot of challenges and there were a lot of hurdles to overcome, but it's amazing to see how much progression has come from those small little meetings that were taking place to the unbelievable building that we have today. I mean, it's unbelievable. When people come to see this community, they can't imagine that we have such an amazing school in our presence.
My first year was when the school was located on Fondren, south on Fondren. It was in a strip mall. It was, everyone did the best they could under the circumstances. And then when we moved to the school across from Walmart, it was like, wow, this is a palace. And then to think it went on to be this huge, beautiful school. Frankly, I'm glad there are people with the vision that made this happen.
My name is Yerachmiel Garfield and I am the head of school at Yeshiva Torat Emet. I came to this school 4 years ago and found a place of dynamic and inspiring education. And it's wonderful to be the leader of such an organization that has so many talented people bringing their resources together for the good of the children.
YTE stood out for my husband and me as the school that we wanted to send our children to because we felt the hashkafa was in line with where we were. We appreciated the commitment to Jewish education.
We moved to Houston about 10 years ago. When we moved here, I think there were about 16 kids in the Gan. It's amazing to see. It's grown to a school about 250 children right before our eyes. It's really an amazing accomplishment.
We were so excited when the Gan started with just about 12 students, and we thought it would be just a few years school because there wasn't much financial support at that time. And thank God the community grew and the families grew, and it's amazing what we have now.
It's unique to find a school in Houston, Texas, in the middle of nowhere, that in reality, education-wise, compares to one of the best schools in New York. I see with my nieces and nephews where my children are basically parallel or even ahead of where they are, in Judaic studies especially, learning-wise. So we're not lacking anything educational here. If anything, we're probably even better off.
One things I was looking forward to when I went to, at the time, Torat Emet, was how it seemed kind of like a warm camp environment. But at the same time, it was a real emphasis on Torah and learning, and I don't know, I was intrigued by getting closer attention to my children.
We are gathered here to celebrate this educational institution that started as a small school of 12 kids and has grown through the great commitment of our founders, of parents such as John and Alice, of educators such as Darlene Schwartz, who have all come together with many of you, with our parents, to unite and develop this amazing organization that I'm proud to be part of.
Our kids are excited about Hebrew, they're excited about English, they're excited about going to school. I mean, they don't want to miss school. It's crazy in the mornings. Our kids are rushing us to make sure that we're on time to get to school on time, and they have the nervous breakdowns that we're going to be a few minutes late. I mean, in the history of the world, I don't think that's ever happened. So there's something is right about that scenario.